All right, what's up, guys? I am gonna do. I haven't done a standing up like in front of my workbench, garage in the back video in a while, and I'm like cheesing from ear to ear. I had to trim the beard, which sucks because I was gonna grow it out really long, and but due to being in maintenance and constantly had to put the mask on, like my beard was like flopping up in my mouth, and I was like almost eating my beard. It was driving me nuts. Um, so, as you guys can see, well, let me finish what I was gonna say there. Some of you guys asked for me to do another like explanation video or sitting down and talking, which was cool. So that's why I said I was cheesing. That was cool to see. Some people asked for that. They said they like that. So I'm gonna do a video. This video is gonna be called "Lifted or Lowered," and obviously you're already here if the title got you and got you thinking. But I am going to do another video you guys asked, and I'm going to do a very long technical video. I'm going to try not to make it that long, but a decent time in explaining like the ultimate lift guide to lift your CRV from 1 inch to 4 inches, because I haven't went past and I don't know the 6 inch and above. That'd be Jacob's area. So I am going to do that to be very detailed and where you can get things. I'm going to try to do my best. But this one is going to be my explanation from lifted to lowered on my RD1s, and I have a lot of people ask these questions, so I'm gonna make it. Oh, by the way, shout out if they ever watch this to Prime Driven. This is their S2000 shirt that I did with the giveaway. Sadly, I didn't win. That's okay though. I'll get another S2K here soon, but that was pretty badass supercharged one. And then another shout out. Got my HRG hat. So. See, it says "Lift the World" out there. So thank you, Ben. I got my hat. Check those out. This thing it's a nice fitted hat. I really like it. And another thing too, if you do any ordering off HRG, and I believe it's $80 or above, last time I checked, use my name CRV Tom, all caps, and you will get $10 off. So that will basically cover your shipping, mostly anywhere in the U.S., and maybe a couple dollars off your kit. So it's better than nothing, right? And basically just, type it in. There should be a promo box where you type in the code like on any other website. So, okay, guys. So to start first, sorry, my garage is a mess. You can see parts. Project Blue was supposed to be out of here probably by this weekend, but I've been busy. I was going to keep the motor, and one of the kids bought the motor, and I'm going to build up some things for him on it, and we're going to put in that green CRV if you saw on my few videos prior. So that I should be on there. I have a few more people I got ship some parts out. If you need anything, let me know. Please, it's getting towards the end. A few of you guys have emailed me. I got to respond back to emails. It's been a really hectic week for me. I apologize. But let's get past that now. Let's get into the video. So basically, I'm going to go over what people have a lot of questions on: lifted, lower, why I lifted, why I lowered, what I preferred, how I liked it. So how my 99 started, and I'm not going to go deep in this because there's a whole thing about my 99 CRV, but how it started, I got a bone stock. I was the second owner from an old man, and he took pretty okay care of it. He was kind of pretty cheap with it, but he kept it running and did the vitals, like the timing belt, water pump, things like that. So I picked it up, and immediately at that time, my thought was to lower it. I always wanted a lowered 5-speed CRV. Always. Always, always, always. Since I was probably in my early 20s, and I found out they came in a standard, and then the standard model came, had the all-wheel drive setup. I was like, man, I've always wanted to get one of those and boost those, put a VTEC head in it, or a K series, or even a J series, which people are doing now. And I was always stoked about it. And I want to say this first too, is that, guys, although I do tech calls for HRG, I do stuff, I'm still an enthusiast like you guys. I'm not a super professional with a certificate. I learn just like you guys and things advance and change. So maybe if you're watching this video and it's a couple years later, some things may have changed. It might be easier. There may be better kits. So, remember that. It seems like you get a lot of people that judge and say things that it's like they don't use their brains. It's like, wow, okay, you do know things change, things get different. Like, for instance, Moog parts. man, the RD1 world or just the CRV world is getting hit like crazy. My move parts have been on both my CRVs. My ball joints have been on there for going on maybe 4 or 5 years. I think I'd say 4. Maybe a little bit over 4 years. I've driven from Florida all the way up to South Dakota, 4-wheeled, driven in the snow, everything. Never had an issue with my move ball joints. And these guys, it's got to be something. I thought it was user error at first, but and some of it may be, but a lot of it seems like the move parts are failing on a lot of people. So it must be clearly be a problem, which sucks because in many of my videos I recommend those, and I've had nothing but great luck for them. But I have not had to buy any in say 3 or 4 years. So that does suck. So that's the thing that I'll cover right now. I was going to get to it later. Is your basic maintenance. You know, when you pick it up, before you lower a lift, you've got to do your basic maintenance, guys. You got to do your ball joints. You got to do your tie rod ends. You at least check them out and really, if they're the slightest bit worn out, just replace them. You're going to spend, it's not that expensive, especially if you can do it yourself. You got to bring it to a shop, yeah, but at that time, I mean, if you got to bring stuff to a shop for these older vehicles, then you definitely should be replacing, hi, sweetie, you should be replacing everything before you even dip into modifying your car. Unless it's just a shit box, you're going to drive around and have fun till it breaks. But remember, there is other people on the road, and if you're going to be an idiot about some things, you know, I wouldn't suggest being an idiot about things that could kill somebody else if you get in an accident or blow a ball joint on the road. So basically, with the ball joints and the basic maintenance, I would start with any build. You're going to want to do your basic maintenance. You check your time belt, check your water pump, check your plugs, check your rotor, check your distributor cap. Go through everything, because I hate seeing these guys mod a Honda and it's just a piece of shit, and then they just leave it a piece of shit, and then they complain and act like it's the car's fault. I've said that and other things, and that drives me nuts. But so basically that covers basic maintenance. So what I did is I got it, and I started finding lifted stuff. I found a few lifted CRVs. This before I found HRG, and there was very few out there, and a lot of them were either custom done, and then I noticed some were starting to get spacers made. And I found 2-inch all the way around. I think it was like $300 for the kit, aluminum precision work spacers, which were awesome. I actually really think they were really cool spacers. They worked really well. They slid over, and then they had a little nut that went over the stock nut and extended with another nut in it, so you could bolt it. And that setup was just, it was easy and nice. Here's the thing I didn't know. Lifting 2 inches above in the front is not a good idea for your suspension. So, and I'll explain more about that in the video coming about how to lift your CRV. But basically, I ran into axle bind issues, axles popping out. That's where I found out, you know, your torque mounts are very, very important for an RD1 if you're going to lift. Ran into axle issues, found out the nap axles are better, and I'll explain more about that in the next video. But basically, when you lower a lift, the key things, I will say, you're going to experience more axle issues lifted. It's going to be more of a pain in the butt to lift. It's going to be, it's just more of a challenge, guys. When you're lifting, it's more of a challenge. There's a lot more things you're going to have to do, from subframe drops to lift kits to, depending on your size, to springs, you know, where you can find them. And again, you know, bear with me if you're skipping through this. I'm going to say this a few times. I'm not going to go into full detail about the parts and stuff, because I'm going to do that in this next video. So basically, you know, your springs, your subframe drop kits, your trailing arm spacer kits, you're just going to need anything. I firmly believe any lift above 1.5 inches in the front and 2.5 in the rear, you're starting to create more problems for yourself if you're not ready to purchase the needed stuff. There's been people that will throw 31s on, throw bigger tires, cut their fenders. Those things never last, guys. I don't want to be the a-hole that says it, but I get guys on the page, and some of them come after me with personal, you know, just insults and shit like that, and I'm like, you know what, your CRV hasn't moved or done anything in a year. You're not daily driving that because you're ruining the suspension of it, and you know it. And you know, some people will get them and do that, and they sell them to somebody else because it's their problem, because they don't want to fix it. So whatever bullshit they're telling you, it's not true. You're not gonna ride on something that isn't meant to do that without doing the proper work, and you're not gonna have longevity from it. Now, that being said, if you understand that, you expect that, you're going in on that for lifted, and you're just trying to have fun in the short term, or get rid of it, sell it, or just four-wheel the hell out of it to its best ability. It's not a Jeep, it's not a Bronco, it's not, you know, certain things, but hell, they will surprise you. They really surprise me, and just about everybody that's been in them. If you don't do it proper, and again, I'll do this stuff in the video about it, you're going to have more problems. Lowered is going to be the way for you to go if you want to do something. Lowered is much easier. I would say I would recommend replacing your axles. You are going to have axle wobble possible. Not as bad, but you get them. If the axles start going bad, even lowered, because you're stretching the axles at a different point of angle now. You know what I mean? They're facing up instead of down, basically, and they're putting some more stress on them. Again, when you replace, if you can't get a hold of a good OEM axle, I recommend Napa's remanufactured axles for the RD1 or RD2, you know, whatever, you know, 3, whatever you got. But to keep it simple, I'm gonna say RD1. So with lowered, basically, I did some reviews on the coilovers I've had. There's quite a bit of options. There's some guys out there that have bagged. There's some guys that have Fortune Autos, Fortune Auto 500 or something like that. Yonaka, True Heart. You know, for the lifted guys, there's HRG, Aerogenics, Old Man Emu. There's a few other brands out there. I can't remember all of them. Like I said, I'll try to get that in the lifted guide. But you're going to definitely need, in my opinion, to cut down on problems and cut down on issues, you're going to need camber kits, guys. And I can't say enough about True Heart. I really have had good luck with them. You get some haters on them, but it's funny because on the forums I'll ask them, and they never have a picture of them having it. They never have an experience or what, you know, it seems like bullshit. Will you get a one or two bad ones here and there? Yeah, that happens with every company. I'm telling you, nobody is perfect. If you think Spoon hasn't had some defects, now they are probably a lot more conscious about their defects and won't let them out the door, but doesn't mean it didn't happen, and it doesn't mean, and they're also more established. So you just got to think, some of these companies are starting off and things happen, guys. Things happen. But I'm a testament to True Heart's camber kits. I've had them for years. Lowered, lifted, beat the hell out of them, driven across the United States on them, no problems. So if you're going to do your basic, you know, lowered, I would say, and not going too much in this, I'd say grab some max speeding coilovers. Realize you're not going to be able to get that low in the front without, you know, adjusting the preload and making the spring loose. Grab some True Heart camber kits, or even if you got to eBay, and roll with it for now until you can get something better, but realize that, you know, you get what you pay for. Now, what everybody mainly asks me, because I don't want to go into huge detail on that right now, what everybody are on the builds, what everybody asks me, because I have videos for that out there, is what do I prefer? And what I prefer, guys, is it's a harder road, it's more work, and it takes more time. And if you have a rust bucket, it really is not recommended because you got to touch a lot of the subframe. Is lifted. Lifted to me is more fun. And I love, you're talking to a guy that always lowers Hondas, and I got the Preludes and other, I've had the S2000s. I've had over 300 cars, guys. And mainly all of them have been Honda. I mean, I've had other makes, but the majority are probably 250 of them are Honda. So you want to make sure that you go the route, if your budget is tight, you want to go the route of least resistance. If you're tight on money and you need it for a daily driver, you want it to last, I would say the lowered route is easier. if you have some extra cash or some time to build it, lifted. If you have the all-wheel drive. If you have the front-wheel drive, I mean, there is some guys, Sean, I can't remember his last name. I'll put him in the next video. He has a front-wheel drive that, man, he takes everywhere, and it's awesome, and he really busts, but he's really got to haul ass to get up some hills and things like that, so that kind of sucks, but still, he does it, you know, so you can't let that stop you if that's what you want to do. But for all-wheel drive, if you do have all-wheel drive, excuse me, guys, I'm on call right now to 8 a.m. I'm tired. I've had so many calls, so apologize for this video to be a little slow and wishy-washy or whatever you want to call it with my thoughts, because this is just an off the top of my head one. If you guys want a really detailed one on what I did, I guess I could do another one for the lifted and the lowered, because I haven't done it on the lowered. Really how I set everything up. So, you know, if you want that, just let me know. I can do that and write everything down, get a really good video put together. But if you have an RD1 and you got the time, I would say lifted is more fun. That is, I enjoy the lifted CRV a lot more than I do the lowered. The lowered gets a ton of looks. It's fun. It's quicker. It does get a lot of conversation starters. But man, the lifted one, it's just something that many people haven't seen. They turn around and look at it. They're shocked. They're like, wow, especially with the unequal link header and the OBX exhaust sound together. People are like, holy hell, that's one of the best sounding Hondas I've heard. Doesn't sound like a Honda. A lot of funny stuff. You get a lot of old guys that are just like, what the hell is in that thing? And when you go four-wheeling, you surprise a lot of motherfuckers. They really do pretty damn well. I mean, they're not... If HRG comes up with a lower gear kit, man, it's all over. Those RD1s, I would say, would walk on most. I mean, because when you look at them and they're boosted and they're doing okay, you know, or sorry, boosted and higher power and everything. I mean, they're doing okay. They're generally kicking ass pretty good out there. Again, they're CRV. Excuse me, guys. Holy shit. They're CRV. They're only doing, you know, so much, but they do a lot more than what you would think. So yeah, guys. I mean, this video is kind of just a talk thrown off my head kind of thing. So I would say, from all the questions I asked, lifted is my go-to. Lifted would be my number one, but it is more expensive. It is harder. It takes longer. And I am talking in the terms of you wanting longevity of your vehicle and you wanting your vehicle to be an everyday driver / toy. Have some fun with it. If you are building it for just race or just off-road, there's a lot of things you can skip, because if you break it and you got a way to pull it home or whatever, you know, you're good to go. But I'm talking as far as driving these things every day and what I believe is best. And I would say the cheaper route and less headache route is lowered. But the better route, have a lot more fun, is the lifted, and it can be done right, but it is going to cost a little bit more and a little bit more time consuming. But man, it's worth it in my opinion. It's a lot of fun. Don't go into expecting to be a Land Rover or a 4Runner or a fucking Jeep. I mean, you got to understand that it is what it is. It's a CRV. But man, I tell you what, if someone K-swapped them, I haven't done it and I've been thinking about it, but K or J, someone's doing a J-swap right now. J-swap with a K-series, all-wheel drive, transmission. Damn, I don't think I've yawned this much in a video. And I'm interested. I think he's going lowered route though, but I'm interested to see what that bad boy is going to do. Yeah, guys, so that is my opinion. I would say that is the best way to sum it up. If you guys want more details on the lowered one, let me know. I'll make a video specifically talking about my build on that one. Instead of just a walk around, I'll do an actual video where I post the links, all that stuff. But this is just for the guys who are just asking for a video to me talk a little bit about my experience with the lifted and lowered. And I can say I love them both. I have less problems with my lowered. Or I should say I did. I don't have as much problems anymore with the Ultimate 4-inch lift kit, with everything being proper aligned and set up now. So Now I don't have as much issues with the lifting, but man, when I was prototyping and testing, oh yeah, there was a lot of things I had to work out. But yeah, I would say if I had to choose, guys, ultimate 100%, as much as I like both, I love that I'm able to have both. I feel blessed and I'm glad that I'm able to have both. But I would have to go lifted, guys. I'd have to pass on the lowered and go lifted. So there you go. You got your answer. It's a 20-minute video of me just rambling about it. But hopefully that kind of just, I don't know, gives you my personal opinion on it and how I feel and why I do. I didn't go, if you got to the end of this video, I didn't go into super detail mechanically. And like I said, I wasn't going to with this video. If you guys want one on the lowered on how I did the setup, let me know again. I know I've said that once or twice, so let me know in the comments. And then again, I know a lot of you have been asking for like a complete lift guide. And I'm going to do one in my experience from stock to 4 inches. And explain everything I learned throughout the way of going through different lifts. Because I've had all the way from Old Man Emu to the ultimate 4-inch lift kit with HRG. And experienced it on an auto and a manual. So, you know, on an RD1. So I definitely have some good experience with that. But then again, things change, always able to learn more. So anything I missed, anything you guys feel like, I'm extremely tired in this video, so I apologize. Hit me up, let me know. But this is just a video of basically me talking, again, to reiterate, just, you know, my opinion on lifted, lower, and what I did, and not so much technical. So hope you guys understand that. Again, hit up HRG if you're looking for lift parts. Use my name, CRV Tom, all caps. Will get you $10 off on, I believe, everything $80 or above. Another thing is, if you click on my link on Instagram, if you're into lifting or getting fit or just trying to help, FNX, there is a link there that you can use mine. I think you'll get 15 to 30% off. It's been a while since I checked. I got to get back on that. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Please look forward to this new video. If you're a lifted guy and you want to know, this one is going to be a lot of time put into it. And I'm really going to, I'm hoping that this will help out kind of like I did with my tire setup and the snorkel. I'm hoping that this will really be, for now, a go-to for a lot of guys to help out with if they're trying to go between the 1 and the 4-inch lift kit. All right, guys, thank you for everything. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know. I appreciate you guys. My channel keeps growing every day. I'm going to get some sleep. It's midday, but I've had so many calls. And here it is, my other phone. If I don't get a call, I'm going to at least try to get some sleep. And Monday and Tuesday, I'll be back to working on this thing. And I know there's some videos that the guys want on there too. So thanks, guys. All right. You have a good one.